Started. Let's get started. Yep.
Okay, good evening, folks from around the world. This is Complete Football Euro 2024 Road to the Crown. It's one in our series of reviewing the provisional squads of the teams of the upcoming Euro 2024 soccer tournament. With me tonight is Warifa Marcos, Kunle Williams, and Mustafa Jinodu. Good evening, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys. So, thank you very much. So I'm in Washington D.C. and Afolabi is in Lagos, and Kule is in Lagos, and we're gonna get started. Kule, apparently the English think that the cup is coming home, but you can sing football is coming home for them. Sing us their song, please.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. But not to England, I don't think so. Because Gareth Southgate is their coach.
And the Germans are saying and the Germans are saying football is staying in the Rhineland. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. This is the funnest show on TV from Complete Football, coming out of Lagos, Nigeria. We love football. We love Nigeria. We love the world. And today, even though we're an English colony, we're going to love England. We're going to talk about their squad. So we're going to start off with Afolabi. Tell us about the squad that Southgate has chosen. Tell us about their defenders. Let's get started. What you know, and then we'll continue from there.
Yeah, basically, it's a good thing we're starting from the defense because that is where I have the most concern. It starts with Gerard Brandt, with young Everton left-footed centre-back, Luis Dunk of Brighton and Hove Albion, Joe Gomez of Liverpool, Maguire of Crystal Palace, Ezri Konsa of Aston Villa, Harry Maguire of Manchester United, Jarrell Cancer of Liverpool, Luke Shaw of Manchester United, John Stones, Kieran Trippier,
I sent the link.
and Kylie Walker. Now, traditionally, being who he is, I expect him to start with Harry Maguire.
Is Eric Dyer there? Did you mention Eric Dyer, or is not in the squad?
No, Eric Dyer is not in this my squad. I don't think, is it there?
Let me see. Defenders. They don't have his name on the link that we're looking at, but I'm not sure. Maybe somebody knows. Do you know anything? Warif, is Dyer on the team?
I don't think he's on the list.
Yeah. To me, I'm going to let Afolabi continue, but the name that stands out to me is Maguire. Maguire is a very good player, and Kyle Walker is good. But continue,
Maguire isn't very good, but go on.
You're not very good, but he's popular anyway. Yeah.
The problem I have,
He's British,
the problem I have with Gareth Southgate is he likes to stick with guys that he has been using over time, even if they're not currently on form. And that is why I feel Harry Maguire and John Stones will start. But personally, I think he should begin to give younger lads like Jared Brantwaite of Everton a try in central defense. And I feel that central defense is where their weakness will really be. As for the
very quickly, Afolabi, do you see Biodun trying to log in? He's having problems. Can you see him trying to log in? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Continue. Sorry for cutting in front of you. Sorry.
No problem.
Why did Maguire have patience? Why did the coach have patience with Maguire but no patience with Rashford?
That's where I have a problem. I would rather take Rashford than Maguire.
Yeah, but they play different positions, though.
Yes.
They play different positions. They're competing for different spaces. But I would rather take Eric Dyer or Fikayo Tomori instead of Harry Maguire because they're both quicker,
and then have one less person.
Both,
have an extra defender, an extra defender, and one less winger. Because to be honest with you, I like Rashford. He's a nice young man, but I don't. I just want to be polite.
We should have started with the goalie. We should have started with the goalkeeper position, actually.
Yeah, I like Rashford as a human being, but to be honest with you, he's not cutting it. You guys continue. Yeah.
So basically, I think the goalkeeping position is nailed on. It's going to be Jordan Pickford of Everton, really, and then maybe Aaron Ramsdale backs that up.
So who will be the fullbacks and the central defenders?
The fullbacks, Kieran Trippier of Newcastle, Kylie Walker of Manchester City. And he's named Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is not fit presently. I don't know how close he is to coming back. Like I said, he likes showing faith in people he has used before. But we don't know the situation with Luke Shaw. He's presently injured. And of course,
What
there's
about Ben Chilwell and Terence Trent D'Arby? Not Terence Trent
Terence
D'Arby.
Trent D'Arby, that's the rap, that's the singer.
Arnold.
that's a
Terence,
musician.
Terence Trent D'Arby.
Arnold. Trent Alexander
Hold on,
Arnold.
Terence Trent D'Arby. Football's coming home.
Sign your name across the ball.
Trent Arnold is there, right? But he's named among the midfielders.
Yeah,
not
Alexander.
one of the
Is Alexander on the team?
He's there, but he's named among the midfielders, not one of the defenders.
What about Ben Chilwell?
Yeah, I didn't see Chilwell there. I don't know if Chilwell was picked anyway.
But very quick question: does Alexander sometimes play defense?
He plays defense.
No, he's always a fullback. He's not very good at defending.
Okay.
But nowadays, they've been experimenting with him in the midfield for England.
Yeah. But I think he's a utility player. He's a utility player, and they need him. I think they need him.
The reason why they're using him in midfield is because his recovery pace is very poor, even though he's very good attacking and he can cross the ball very well. So you'd rather take that kind of risk in the midfield where, you have people to cover up for him, and not necessarily in defense. Because I think
that was a good choice. Yeah, that was a good choice.
Forward and there's space to attack behind him, it's difficult for him to recover. So most of the time when he plays for England, they tend to use him in the midfield. So the fullbacks are Kylie Walker and Kieran Trippier and Luke Shaw.
No, Ben White.
No, Ben White. I think Ben White opted out. I don't think
it's like he has retired fully from Southgate squad.
He won't play for the Waistcoat.
Yeah.
You guys, during the summer, he wants to smoke Igbo. He doesn't have time for football.
I'm surprised. Why would anybody not want to play for his national team?
You're right. But that means, I don't want to talk about anybody, but you never turn down such opportunities when you're an athlete.
Scholes did it for England as well, but at least he played a few games before he dropped them.
It would be kind of like somebody turning down an opportunity to be on Complete Football. Why would you do that? Continue, guys.
Maybe it's having an issue with Gareth Southgate. I don't know.
I think that's the real problem. And that was a problem that France used to have, where the coaches were France. Even the last coach, the reason he kept Benzema out was because he didn't like Benzema. And that was rubbish. But continue, guys.
It's not about personal interest. It's the interest of the country.
And this is where ego needs to come out of play. Which is why we like the manager from Real Madrid, Grandpa.
Mr. Folabi is John Evans in the squad.
No, he's not there. Evans is not
Johnny Evans is Irish.
He's not an Irish. Johnny Evans is not an Irish.
And he's also
there's Joe Gomez. There's Joe Gomez as well of Liverpool. There's Joe Gomez of Liverpool.
So Bjorn is in. So Bjorn, what are your thoughts on the defense for England, and what would you rate their defense from A to F?
Yeah, I think, to be fair, I was quite surprised with what I saw in the England squad. I know that Southgate tried to pick the team based on form and minutes, that fitness also counted. I see the likes of players not delivering, like Rashford, Mounts, excluded from the squad. So you understand why he picked the likes of Oli Watkins, Gerard Bowen, Cole Palmer, and the rest. It's clear, but I feel in the defense, I don't know how Fikayo Tomori did not make that squad.
Yeah.
It's quite astonishing that he didn't.
So let's pivot now. Or any last thoughts on defense before we pivot? Anybody have last thoughts on defense?
Let me say something about the English defense.
Well, hold on. Let's have an order. So, Bidun, are you finished, or did you have anything to say? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wanted to add a couple of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think.
And after Bidun, we'll go to Warif, then to Kule. Okay.
Okay, I think looking at the defense for England, it's quite a balanced defensive line. Relatively, there's cover for everyone from the fullback position to the centre-back position to cover injuries and have a balance. So that defense line that England is going into the tournament can play a back four, can play a back three. So it's a very compact defensive line. But I think there are some questionable issues with regards to omission of certain players in the squad, but relatively, I think it's a good squad going into the tournament.
Do you have any names that you think were overlooked that might have been should have been there? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Fikayo Tomori stands out as the first person that should have made that list.
Where is he from? Is he from Nigeria?
He's from Nigeria, but plays for
from
Yeah, he's
England.
Nigerian.
And he
Now,
plays
wow,
against
now, wow,
England. He
Nigeria
plays
is
against
suffering,
England.
oh.
Everywhere.
Okay, so now it's Waris.
Fikayo is not exactly the name that you find in the hills of Westminster.
Westminster.
It's not
Or,
it's not a name that's well known.
Akule,
The foothills of Peterborough Cathedral.
also, you don't find him in Stonehenge. You don't find him in Stonehenge praying to the moon and sun. All right. So now we're gonna get to you, Kunle, but we're gonna go to Wari first. Any last thoughts on the defense?
Certainly not.
For the English defense, you know, I believe majority of them they apply their profession in the EPL, and you know this thing is not just an EPL tournament; it has to do with other countries. So the way the English FA officiate their rating, their pattern might not be that what is it called rugged to withstand pressure. Because if you watch some countries like Poland, Spain, Italy, they have rugged defenders and rugged attackers. So I just believe that the mentality of favoring some club by FA or maybe VR with some kind of
yes, there's a level of corruption. A level of
team.
corruption. Yeah.
So
or
that's just my
favoritism, not corruption, but favoritism. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just it.
I remember there was a coach for England. He's late now, and he complained that he was told that he is only allowed to have a certain number of black players.
Can you imagine?
That sounds like South African rugby.
I remember his face.
Sounds like South African rugby. Thank God for France.
That's why
That's why I like France. We have black players.
That is still there regarding Fikayo Tomori. I wanted to go on to the goalkeeping situation. Again, It should be Pope. It shouldn't be Pickford. Pope is better, I think.
Pickford.
Before we go to midfield.
Yeah, I was going to go to midfield. No Eberici also. No Eberici. And I think they should have put Eberici on the team.
He's a good second choice.
Eberici is on the team.
I don't see him. What's going on, man? I feel like the list you sent me, I don't see his name there. Oh, no, he's on forward. They put him as a forward. Okay, that's a good move.
Eze is on the list. Though.
Yeah, hold on, guys, very quickly. They have him listed as a forward, which is very interesting. What are your thoughts, Kool-Aid? Then we'll go to Afolabi. Yeah. I made a mistake. They have him listed as a forward.
Yeah, he's there as a forward.
Yeah, he's a playmaking number 10. He's not a forward. He plays the same role as Bellingham, but he's more of a baller than an athlete.
So that already shows us something. Before I continue, they have Alexander moving up forward as a midfielder who's kind of defensive. Then they have Eberici, who's a midfielder moving up. So it shows you that they're using utility and things. And I think that's a good innovation. But also these things is just names. When the tournament starts, you can put any person anywhere you want. Continue, Kunle.
Yeah, Eze is more of a baller than an athlete. That means he's more of a playmaker. He's got more skill on the ball. He beats players more with intelligence than raw power and pace.
He's a mixture of Amokachi and who's that guy from back in the day? The white guy that played for Britain, England, that used to drink vodka and all. Gaza. He's a mixture of those two. Gaza and JJ. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. I think he's a good choice. Continue, Kunle. Sorry for getting in front of you. Okay.
Yeah, so Eze is the kind of player that you play against a technical Spanish or Italian side. Can unlock the defense. The kind of team that would outsmart England, which is not very difficult to do. I prefer to play Eze than Bellingham in such a game.
Sorry
Bellingham and Madrid has a lot of defensive intelligence behind him.
Sorry to interrupt. He also reminds me of the guy from Spain who set up the goal that they won the World Cup. The midfielder from Spain who passed the ball to Iniesta. What's his name again? Fabregas. He's sort of like that. He's sort of like Fabregas. Yeah.
He's sort of like a Fabregas. He plays the quick little passes. He's very intelligent. He links up with Olise in Crystal Palace very well. I've been saying it for a long time before people took notice. Even on this show, I've been saying that this is.
Yeah, you said so because you were the one that made me. I agreed that he wasn't as good as that. He's better than the one who started for Nigeria in Nations Cup, or the one who's playing number 2.
He's better than that.
He's better than he will be, and I agree. I agree with you.
Again.
I agree with you.
We lost him in May of 2023. As of May 2023, he can't play for Nigeria again.
Well, that's life. That's just life.
He's a different type of player from Bellingham. I wouldn't say Bellingham is better or he's better, or they're just different type of player for different.
I think Bellingham has a little bit more work ethic and more more work rate and more utility than he does. Yeah.
Yes, and on the ball, is the kind of player, if you're playing against a static defense that's sitting deep, that's hard to break down, that you can't beat with pace and power, that you have to unlock. You have to unlock those complicated defenses. Eze is your man. I wouldn't really go for Bellingham.
Thank you. Let's use a simple word. Eze is a creator. He's a creator. He's very creative. Yeah. I think so.
He's a baller. He's a baller.
Yeah, and a baller too. Yeah. So let's move on to the midfield. Personally, I think England's midfield is weak. Afolabi, give us a break. No, not Afolabi. Biodun, give us a breakdown of their midfield. Yeah.
Yeah, I think coming into this tournament, England will rely mostly on the wings. Their flanks, their play would be determined on the flanks.
Very quickly, I don't think they have an engine. But continue.
They'll relatively suffer, I think. But if you look at the squad, their starting midfielders would be Declan Rice, either Conor Gallagher and Jude Bellingham would be in the midfield. So
and Declan Rice, Kobe Manu, and Jude Bellingham, I think.
I think relatively it would be a 4-3-3, but an attacking midfielder 10. So that position can be played by either Phil Foden or Cole Palmer. But definitely it would be Declan Rice playing this 4 position and Jude Bellingham playing the 6 position.
So I think that Bellingham will play more of a defensive, holding and defensive midfielder. Yeah, because you'll have Eberechi up front. And to me, that's bloody. It's very bloody. The only thing they don't have is, Eberechi can pass the ball, but they don't have someone who can pass the ball from the middle or from back deep. But also Bellingham is not too bad at that also. Yeah, continue.
Declan Rice is also good at that as well.
Declan Rice is also good at that.
Kobe Manu is very good. He can play both as a defense midfielder and as an offensive midfielder. We saw his ability at the FA Cup final. He's been getting better and better. You just didn't see much of him because he was injured for so much of the season. He's an excellent player. Bellingham is an excellent player.
So you guys, thank you very much. You guys have added information. You've added information, and much like Real Madrid, the English team doesn't have traditional roles, but everybody covers everybody. What are your thoughts, Afolabi, about what I just said? Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. It's going to be a midfield play. Declan Rice.
Midfield by committee. Yes.
Declan Rice will sit the deepest. Then in front of Declan Rice, probably Bellingham and maybe Conor Gallagher. I think Mano is actually better.
And sorry to cut in front of you. Eberechi can also drop back sometimes and take the ball from midfield, kind of like Maradona. But continue.
I agree with you, but I don't think they will use him. And there's the case that Mano is just 19, but for that reason, he should be starting. But I think they'll use Conor Gallagher instead. So it's a very balanced midfield.
I think their team is good. The team is good.
Declan Rice is a defensive midfielder. He breaks the lines. He defends. Bellingham is more of an athlete. And if it's Kobe Manu, the guy can collect the ball on the half turn and progress the ball. They have
but I think that England
very balanced.
So I think they're good, but I think that they won't match up well with Germany, which has a complete midfield. But it doesn't mean they'll lose to Germany. It just means that they'll find more difficulties against teams like Germany. Continue.
My problem is just that for Gareth Southgate, in the past competitions, he's been very conservative. He has a very talented squad. How will he use those players? I really don't know.
Hold on, Afolabi. I was going to say that he needs to be watching what we're saying because he actually has the complete squad. He just needs to know how to use it correctly. Continue. Sorry for interrupting.
Yes. Okay. Then again, if you look at his defense, if you're going to play Harry Maguire in a defensive central pair, there's going to be problems. Most of the time, he tries to put 3 people in defense and play wing backs because Maguire is very, very slow. John Stones too is not the fastest. So he would rather play 3 in defense and then wing backs, and then defensive midfield, maybe two or something. He's a very conservative coach, and that is why I
He's
feel
conservative,
at the later stages of the tournament, he always gets outwitted by the other coach. He needs to be
Okay,
a
thank you,
little
guys.
more daring.
So
He
I agree.
lacks the
So
skill to play a high line. He lacks the skill to play the modern high line game. That's why he plays 5 at the back. He just doesn't have the ability.
yeah, but here's Kool-Aid, shouldn't England provide him with technicians who do that for him the same way?
He has them. He won't use them. He will use
No, but he needs to use them. But here's the thing: he's not the boss. He's not the boss.
And Tomori, you can play a high line.
But here's my problem: he's not the boss. Then that's a problem with the English FA because they need to tell him his role. Kind of like with Germany. Germany's manager doesn't make the technical decisions. He just delegates everything. Kind of like with Real Madrid with what's the name of the manager for Real Madrid? I had too much one. Ancelotti delegates. He knows where his limitations are. And so with Germany, they have a program. So it's not the manager's job to make those decisions. He needs to listen to his technician and supporting staff. What do you think, Biodun?
Yeah, I think you're right. Looking at the aspect of Ancelotti, he listens to his assistants very well. I think his son Davide is his assistant also, and I recall during the semi-final of the Champions League, Ancelotti himself said it was his son that told him to bring on Joselu in, and Joselu entered and scored those 2 goals, took them to the Champions League final. So it's quite interesting what managers would do in terms of listening to. That's why it's a team. Football is a team sport. You have to take advice from the perspective you are seeing as a coach and other members of your backroom staff is seeing. So when they advise you, sometimes it's also good as a leader to take character and listen.
Because to me, the manager is supposed to manage everything. He's not supposed to micromanage. He's not supposed to be a technician. You have people that you talk to, kind of like our show. We have different talents. We're working together. But I think that's a problem with the English FA. And I think Germany, that's why Germany likes these young guys like Lowe and the new guy they have. Everybody knows their role. And the manager, I'll say this much. So, Warif, what do you think the manager's job should be for the team?
The manager's job should not just be the boss, do it all. He should learn how to listen to other people because there is nobody that is useless.
No, they're all useful.
Sometimes the coach might be under intensive pressure, but other people that are part of the backroom staff might tell him, why not do this? By the time you put your head together and you listen to them, and when you don't listen to them, sometimes they will just sit back and watch you, because if you don't listen to them, you don't take their decision. They wouldn't want to.
And also, they would take your job when you fail. Thank you. That's a very good point. So we have time because we're going to talk about Portugal. Very quickly, we're going to talk about England's forwards. Okay. So when I say forwards, I mean their wingers and their strikers. But we're going to start, let Afolabi give us a breakdown of their choices and everything. We all know that the king is King Kane, but continue.
So Harry Kane.
Afolabi, continue.
Anthony Gordon, Jarrod Bowen, Eberechi Eze. Those are the forwards I have here. I don't know if I skipped any building.
No, there's nobody. Where's Foden? Where's Foden?
Foden is there. I mentioned Foden.
Yeah, there's Foden, there's Oli Watkins,
Anthony Gordon, Oli Watkins,
there's James Madison, Cole Palmer.
To me, that's a complete. To me, that's a complete forward line. It's a complete forward line.
Ivan Toney and Bukayo Saka.
So Afolabi, tell me, what do you think their lineup will be? Is it going to be 4-3-3 or 4-4-2? And what will be their forward line?
It's going to be 4-3-3, and I know Harry Kane will be there. But I know it will be Harry Kane, maybe Harry Kane, Foden, and Saka. Harry Kane, Foden, and Saka.
What about Eberechi? Where's Eberechi is going to be coming from the bench, right?
Yes, Eberechi will come from the bench,
probably for Bellingham.
Yeah, Eberechi
who's not really lasting 90 minutes.
England has qualified and they have the game to spare. I don't see him starting.
But here's the beauty. So very quickly, before you continue, Afolabi, here's the beauty of it. When things go wrong in a game, you can always bring Eberechi in and you can change your formations. So England has flexibility on their team. Continue, Afolabi. Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. And Oli Watkins has been very good for Aston Villa this season. And I think
Yeah.
he has
Also,
earned,
you guys, you have to give me credit because I talked about Oli Watkins before.
he was
That he's sort of
brilliant.
like he's sort of a supplier for Kane, not for Kane,
Arsenal fans
yeah.
will not be happy I'm talking about him, but the guy
No.
was brilliant.
Don't be like Peter Windsor. Don't make favorites. Okay, continue. Guys, I want to say one thing. You guys are watching one of the best football shows in the world because we're working together and using our brains and working together. Football show by committee. Continue, Afolabi. Yeah.
So just basically, if I look at, it's going to be who is well suited to Harry Kane, because we know Harry Kane can score goals. Who works best with him? That's what matters.
And I promise you, I believe that Harry Kane will also have input on decisions for management and everything. He's reached that level.
One more thing. I think England will rely on crosses from the fullback, because both Foden and Saka, they play like inverted wingers. They hardly ever cross the ball. So the width will come from the fullback.
Kieran Dyer.
But you know what's dangerous? Before you guys continue, you know what's dangerous?
Trippier, that's it. Trippier, sorry.
You know what's dangerous though, guys, is that Kane is a striker, but he's also a utility player. Kane can drop back and make passes to the wings. He can do it. He's one of the best I've ever seen. Continue.
I don't know whether we didn't discuss whether Chilwell's on the bench, whether he's still injured, and Trent. It's between Trent and Chilwell and Gomez in and out on the left back position.
Chilwell is
Any
not
of those three can fill in the left back position.
I'm not just sure of Chilwell, but
Chilwell is not in the squad.
Chilwell is not
in the squad.
They've got Kyle Walker at right back. I'm sure of that.
Yeah,
Kyle Walker and Trippier at right back.
Okay, very quickly.
Gomez.
Trippier is very good at
Shaw at left back.
Yes, Joe Gomez of Liverpool.
How much time do we have left? Yeah.
About 6 minutes.
No, we're gonna have to do another link unless we want to talk about Portugal now. You want to continue talking, then we do another link for Portugal for 15-20 minutes.
I need to go.
It's your choice. Okay. So
let's finish up.
Okay, we're not going to talk about
Portugal time.
We're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about We're not going to talk about Portugal today. You guys continue. I'm just going to watch you guys talk. Okay.
I think I just want to say this. I think
let me on talk. Yeah.
I think Kule has this optimism that Kobe Mainoo will start at the Euros. Don't be that optimistic. He's not starting at the Euros. He'll be on the bench. Don't worry.
I think he will start. He's done enough. He's done enough to start. It's unfortunate that he had so many injuries early in the season, and he doesn't seem to be able to complete games. They seem to be coming off for United around the 75th minute. So he's a player that does well from the start. He's very good on the ball, very good at passing. He's a quintessentially excellent midfielder. Paul Scholes said that Kobe Mainoo was better than what he was at the same age. You cannot underestimate how good Mainoo is. Declan Rice is going to be the defensive midfielder because this chap Phillips.
But even with that, who is he going to bench if he wants to start?
Sorry?
Who will he bench if he wants to start? Because everybody on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll be Mainoo, Bellingham, and Rice.
No, Trent will always start before.
Guys, hurry quickly, guys. Is Saka going to start? Is Saka going to start? He's going to be a winger, right, on the left, right?
Saka will play on the wing in the front three with Kane and Palmer or Foden.
I think Foden. I prefer Foden. But the problem is that
this show is sweet. It's sweet like Ogbono Supo.
Both Foden and Saka left footed. It's just that they don't play the same way. Both of them are left footed.
Yeah. And so, but here's the thing. So I think we can all agree that England has an embarrassment of riches, and if they lose, it's mismanagement. Yeah.
If they lose, they should sack Southgate.
That's the problem.
If they lose, they should sack Southgate. There's no excuse.
The main problem is Gareth Southgate. I'm sorry to say, but the guy doesn't have any tactical acumen.
Follow, can you hear some static? I think somebody's speaker is on. It might be my speaker or somebody.
Yeah, like the wind blowing or something.
Yeah. I think it's God trying to disrupt us from letting England win because it's a colonial country. Okay, continue, guys.
I'm very upset with England right now and the way they were insulting Nigeria because of how they hosted Meghan Markle. So I'm very hostile to the English right now. I've been watching TikTok for an hour and I was getting really annoyed. So yeah, I have no love lost for the land of that I grew up in for now.
The area I have problem with is the centre backs. I'm not inspired by England's centre backs. The best centre backs in the EPL are not English.
No, they don't have good centre backs because they're all from. They're
Stones.
You saw John Stones against Man United on Saturday, I'm sure. And then with Harry Maguire as well.
Yeah.
The best centre back.
John Stones and Branthwaite. John Stones and Branthwaite are an excellent combination.
The best centre back.
He's going to play Maguire, which is annoying. Well, Branthwaite is better than Maguire. Stones is better than Maguire. Branthwaite has got more pace, will allow you to play a high line. He's just better than Harry Maguire.
That is why Gareth Southgate is the problem.
That's why Southgate, exactly.
And that is why
I don't want to go hard on Maguire. He just doesn't have the pace.
He doesn't have the pace.
Guys, let me interrupt. Let me interrupt.
To really show what they can do.
And he has
guys, let me interrupt.
Making schoolboy errors.
Bobby, let me interrupt. I keep saying that it's not Southgate's fault. It's the FA's fault because the FA hired him, and they need to realize that he is not the boss of the team. He is just someone who's a facilitator. Continue. Yeah. Like Germany, I'm going to say one more thing. In the German football, it's not the manager who decides what happens. He still has to answer to other people. Same thing with Nigeria. We have a new coach, but if the NFA interrupts him, he can't do what he wants to do. So what I'm trying to say is that in football, when you have a national team, the manager is not the boss. He has to follow the job description, and he has to have superiors. What do you think, Warif? Yeah.
Like you said, it depends on the FA. If the FA, there are some FA they want to get involved. But the English FA, I think they just give Gareth Southgate the full hand. And to me, the squad is bigger than him. Because when you have lots of players and you are just there, sometimes you get confused. What's his name? This Manchester United, the defender that is there. If I'm the coach, I wouldn't pick him. I'll look for other defenders even in the championship. You have some smart and good defenders that are faster. But what's his name now? Maguire. If he's not careful, the way they are going to dribble him and pass, because everything, they're not just there for fun, they're there for the trophy to bring back the cup home. So, Gareth is bigger than him, and the FA, they give him that freedom.
Of course, even Louis Dunk of Brighton and Hove Albion is better than Maguire. I would never pick Maguire.
So you guys, I'm going to let you continue. So you guys, I'm going to let you continue. We're going to continue, but
we have less than a minute.
Okay, very quickly, I'm going to ask Biodun and Kunle. Tell me where you think English will finish in this tournament. Yeah. Starting with Biodun.
I think England could easily go out in the first round if they're not serious.
Yeah.
They should be winning it, but I think that handicap of their coach is not going to allow them to get past maybe the quarterfinal.
Okay, thank you. So, Biodun, what are your thoughts before we head out? Yeah.
I think I'll give them semi-final.
I say semi-finals too. What do you say, Warif? Yeah.
Semi-finals.
What do you say, Afolabi?
Semi-finals as well.
Thank you, guys. And I'm not joking. This is the best show we've had, and we're getting better. All of us are doing our research, and we're getting better. Thank you for watching Complete Football. We love everybody. We love Nigeria. We love Europe. We love France. And also, we like England. Okay, bye-bye. Thank